Good afternoon, Ms. Nadia and everyone. My group and I will be speaking on autism spectrum disorders. My group consists of me, Gina, Alithia, Rachel, and Mian. Gina and I will be speaking on what autism is, and the rest will be speaking on the causes of autism. So what is autism? Autism is a common term for autism spectrum disorder, also known as ASD. Both are general terms for a group of complex disorders of brain development. ASDs can be associated with intellectual disability, difficulties in motor coordination, attention, and physical health issues such as sleep and gastrointestinal disturbances. Some persons with ASD excel in visual skills, music, math, and art.
ASD are spectrum disorders. This means that ASD affects each child in different ways. There are differences in when the symptoms start, how severe they are, and the nature of the symptoms. This means autism is different for every person. Nonetheless, children with ASD share some similar symptoms, such as problems with social interactions, verbal and non-verbal communication, and repeated behavior. Now I'll pass the time over to the rest of my groupmates to talk about the causes of autism.
Genetic factors are a cause of ASD. In identical twins who share the same exact genetic code, if one has ASD, the other twin also has ASD in nearly 9 out of 10 cases. If one sibling has ASD, the other siblings have 35 times the normal risk of also developing the disorder. It is also said that most people with ASD have no reported family history of autism, which suggests that random and rare gene mutations may increase the risk of getting autism. Mutations also can be sometimes inherited, or it may arise for no reason. However, having increased genetic risk does not necessarily mean a child would develop ASD.
Another possible cause of ASD is environmental factors. In medicine, environmental refers to anything outside of the body that can affect the health as well as the surroundings in the womb. Examples of environmental factors include family medical conditions, parental age, demographic, toxins, and complications during birth and pregnancy. There can be more than one environmental factor involving the risk of ASD, but any of these factors only raise the risk by small amounts. Scientists are still studying how certain environmental factors may affect the genes, but it will also increase or decrease their normal activity.
Another controversy believed cause of autism is the use of vaccines. According to National Institute of Mental Health of US, a minority of parents suspect that vaccines are somehow related to the child getting the disorder. Many are based on the theory that thimerosal, a mercury-based chemical, is to blame. However, other than some flu vaccines, there has been no other being routinely given to children since 2001. Despite the change, number of children with ASD continued to rise. There are also other beliefs that measles, mumps, rubella vaccines, which contain no thimerosal, is one of the causes. Many studies have been conducted to determine if it is true. However, as of 2010, none has been proven. Thus, unless research can prove so, the belief that vaccines are a cause of autism spectrum disorder is ruled out. Through this video, we hope that you have been educated on autism spectrum disorder and the cause of it. Thank you.
These are the references we use. Can already? Hi, I'm Alithia, and these are the contributions and knowledge I have gained.
I'm Gina, and this is what I've contributed, and this is what I have learned. Hi, I'm Mian, and this is my contributions to the team and what I've learned.
Rachel, and these are my contributions and what I've learned.
I'm Nolene, and these are my contributions and these are my reflections.
I contributed to my group by doing research on autism and by shortening long sentences for the subtypes. I learned about the characteristics and the differences between the three subtypes of autism.
I contributed in researching about the characteristics and subtypes of autism. From this project, I've learned that children with autism have difficulty in forming relationships and relating themselves to others.
For this video, I contributed in giving the idea of putting the information on a PowerPoint. I've learned that children with autism have unusual hobbies such as viewing the wheels of the vehicles.
I contributed in recording and editing the video. I learned that children with autism have difficulties in expressing their emotions and communicating verbally and non-verbally. I contributed in giving presentation ideas and pointing out the characteristics of autism. I've learned that children with autism lack social interaction and uses gestures to achieve what they want.
I contributed to this video by writing the subtypes of autism. I learned that there are three subtypes of autism, and they are autistic disorder, asparagus syndrome, and pervasive developmental delay.
Autism by Jamie, Elaine, Riaz, Sahana, Fiona, and Vicky. 3 accommodations or strategies to be used in inclusive classroom.
An inclusive classroom is an accessible one that would be by removing all unsecured furniture and unstable flooring, allowing more adequate indoor and outdoor places that are uncluttered, wide and long, and lastly to include safety features such as handrails and soft flooring built in necessary places.
Another strategy is to include individual schedules that can turn into class schedules. They have to be consistent and predictable for the children to understand, and they have to include pictures or photographs so that children can easily refer them.
Next, teachers can encourage children to use collaborative approaches such as peer teaching, buddy system, and cooperative learning. 3 accommodations or strategies parents should consider when taking child out for an outing.
The first strategy will be the family watch system. It is a shared responsibility between family members to take turns to take care of their children with autism. And this will make sure that child's needs are attended to and taken care of.
Next, Autism Alert Card contains child's name, emergency contact details, and in-depth explanation of autism to allow others to better understand the child's condition.
Lastly, it is important that parents consider venues that are autism-friendly. They can do research to find out what are the facilities provided and the accommodations provided by the guest services.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Riaz.
I'm Elaine.
I'm Vicky. I'm Janie.
And I'm Fiona.
And I'm Sahana. And now we will share with you on what we have contributed and what we have learned. For me, I have done research for tips for parents to take when they are taking their child with autism out. I've learned that no matter how experienced you are, you should never be shy to ask for help. Because taking care of a child with autism can be very tiring and there might be a lot of unexpected circumstances. You might not be alert all the time, so it is always good to approach the guest services, if any, to get the accommodations that will help your child enjoy the trip.
For me, I looked up strategies to use to create an inclusive classroom and found individual schedules. However, I learned that the child should not feel bothered about being treated differently, while still maintaining an inclusive classroom, thus adapting individual schedules to become class schedules.
I researched on the strategies that can be used for an inclusive classroom. Take instance, teachers can encourage children to support each other through collaborative approaches such as peer teaching, buddy system, and cooperative learning. This is a chance to provide opportunities for children to be supportive of one another regardless of any disabilities.
I found out that the Autism Alert Card is a good strategy to consider when bringing a child out for outing. I have learned that there's plenty of strategies, accommodation we can consider when bringing them out. Just by being slightly more thoughtful, the outing will have lesser unpleasant hiccups and higher possibilities of being enjoyable for both the adult and children.
I have contributed by finding relevant information for strategies parents can use when bring an autism child out. One of the suggestions would be family watch system. In this project, I've learned that our society is becoming a more inclusive society for children with autism, and also such as places with guest services like providing services for autism child. It will ensure that children enjoy like normal children.
And I have contributed by researching on the strategy about accessibility, and I have learned that a teacher plays a crucial role in ensuring the learning and development of a child isn't hindered by any means within the teacher's reach and capability.
Thank you.
Autism Spectrum Disorder (ASD), the educational pathway for children with ASD.
There is not a one-size-fits-all model for the education of children with disabilities. Placement options range from entirely inclusive settings to private placement. To enroll your child in a school, a professional diagnosis is needed and can be done at these places. Here are the various assessment methods. After completing the application form, parents will then look into schools available to inquire about their curriculum. Based on the information, parents will then move on to enroll their child into a school that best fits their child's individual needs. These are the essentials that you will need to enroll your child in the school. These are the 3 intervention programs for infants and children aged 4 to 6 years old.
Upon reaching the typical schooling age of 6, children with special needs can opt for education in the mainstream or specialized setting. Here are the 12 schools that cater to children with ASD. Chaoyang and Katong are the mainstream schools that ASD children can consider to enroll into. Application outcomes will be released within 2 months. Complex cases will then be referred to the Multi-Agency Advisory Panel. The APSN Delta Senior School facilitates the transitions of students from school to the society, offering a competency-based vocational program certified by the Workforce Skills Qualification certifications. McDonald and Mines schools offer work attachment programs to gain relevant food and beverage experience and empower them for future potential opportunities. The Employability and Employment Center provide necessary job training and support for optimal performance in the workforce.
I have learned about the different schools which cater to children of different ages with autism. I contributed by doing the voiceover and the making of the group video.
My contribution is to research about the application of SPEC School, and through that I've learned that there are actually many schools in Singapore are able to cater with children with autism.
I learned how parents can apply to Epic Center by submitting a health report and get a referral form. I contributed by researching on different special education centers.
Okay, what I've learned is that teenagers aged 18 and above with autism can still work and receive mainstream education. Yeah, and then what I've contributed is researching on education or vocational placement after 18 years old.
Okay. I learned that SPED schools include mainstream schools, not just purely schools for children with autism, and I contributed to the voice recording and research of transitioning from preschool to primary school.
Okay. I learned about the various schools that are applicable to ASD children and how they can enroll themselves in. My contribution to this project is compiling the research into a PowerPoint presentation.
One day, Faye brought Pinky to the polyclinic for a checkup for her to be enrolled into either EICIP or ICCT Center. The doctor then gives Faye a referral letter to the nearest hospital, SGH, Singapore General Hospital, by a physician from CDU, Child Development Unit. At the SGH, the pediatrician assesses Pinky and recommends to Faye which center she is suitable to be at. Into the ICCT Center, where the management greets and welcomes her in approval.
Learned that it's not easy to enroll into an EIPIC or ICCP center, and there are many procedures that the parent has to go through before they can get referred to the center itself. So me and Stephanie have contributed in the research of the question.
Then I was the one who came up with the skit.
And I'm the one consolidating the video.
And I was the one who came up with the script.
Yes, so that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.